what's going on? What is going on now? Y'all know we in here to talk about the Atlanta hoes. But I just need to tell y'all what the fuck I was just doing, okay? Well, I've been doing all day and pretty much just done. I've been getting samples together. So if you have not and you want to receive a sample of SCENTSY to see what it smells like, email me muchlovefromky at icloud.com, okay? And let me know exactly what you like, whether it's clean or fruity, or if you like clean and fruity or spicy or whatever, you know, throw that ass in a circle, pull your drawers over to the side, you know, them. Be sure to put your mailing info in so that I can get them out. But let me tell y'all. Let me just, okay. Oh, thank you, Erica, for sending me the new, okay. Oh, thank you. That's one of my team members. Y'all, tell you, we work together. We were on, I was on with her today on the phone or whatever. Thank you, Erica. I appreciate it. She was saying that she was getting ready to go. Her and her kids and her husband were going to go get some things so that she would have, because she's having a sip and sniff, okay, party. So she was getting kind of some of her stuff that she wants to have there or whatever. But at any rate, let me tell y'all. So when I'm on the phone with her, and I have Vanessa on, one of my other team members, and I'm like, you know, I'm gonna mix this. So since I'm melting the shit, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna mix some shit. And that little button broke. So y'all, why did a bitch like me, first mixture that I was like, and that's the main one, honey, like some old funky ass scenario came up in my head, because when I smelled it, I'm on the phone with them and I'm like, oh Jesus, yes Lord, honey, yeah, hello. Y'all not gonna believe this shit. So I mixed cedar cider, and y'all know that that's one of my favorites. And some shit that I'm just now kind of getting into. I think I mentioned that I don't like, I've never really been that lavender girl. Child, oh Jesus, y'all, when I tell y'all that I mixed French lavender and cedar cider together. And I was almost like, ooh, let me get my shit up. Like, I was like, this is more low down shit. Listen, I'm going to have to say that that's, for me, that's some old, the bed hanging off, the, you know, the box spring and the mattress ain't meeting up, and the mattress then scooted off on the tip, you know, it's hanging over our some old. And while I'm doing that, and Brittany came in and said, you do know that I know when you're saying that, what you're talking about. But she came in with a whole nother scenario and was like, when you say your head hanging off the bed, I was like, I didn't even say that, but, you know, she's like, I don't even need the visual. Y'all, let me tell you. That motherfucking shit, well, Lord Jesus, I just don't know. Lord. Okay. And again, it has to be something you into. Now, it has to be even bars. Even French vanilla, not French vanilla, French lavender and cedar cider. That's the most stank-a-dank ass. This, you know, that's some old I will let you call me a bitch while we getting it in kind of shit. Like, that's what it is. Because, you know, any other time, you might well go for that shit, but you might be like, call me a bitch. You know, I'm just saying. I was like, the hell? Oh, Lord, y'all. I've been on an escapade with these scents and mixing and, you know, because some people say they like this, and it makes me think about that. And what made me get on the mixing shit is that one of my loves said, listen, she said, all I know is I like musk and vanilla. Vanilla musk, that's all I know. And I'm like, how can I, you know, what would bring that together? And I was out of my Simply Vanilla. I had a very little bit of it, and I mixed it in with a little bit of cedar cider, and it was nice. And I was like, let me see what this cedar cider and this motherfucking French vanilla do. French lavender shit. What that do. You know, I was just like, what the fuck? Some more wrong shit. So then that took me to some other shit. That if you like, y'all know I love me some Davenport, and Duchess is just me. If I was a scent and SCENTSY said, we want to choose a scent, we want it to be your scent, what would be your scent? It would be Duchess. That would be me. So I was like, okay, so I love a bit of Davenport, and I spray it at least 6 times a day in my little, let me hold it. See, y'all done started the bullshit since I'm talking to y'all about this shit. Y'all started it. Shit. Anywho, okay, look, I'm just gonna have to do it. Ooh. Oh. Y'all. Ooh. Well, okay. I don't know. Anywho, so I was, Lord, he's in there watching Shameless. So I was like, okay, let me do the ultimate shit. Let me mix Duchess and Davenport. And this would be the Duchess and, wait a minute, the Duchess and Davenport relationship right here in my little samples. And it's you know, it smells pretty good. I think I got it over here near my, oh, I need to separate those. It smells pretty good. It smells pretty damn good. Now, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't want to be old funky hoe and mix my winter cypress with some shit like business casual, honey. Y'all going to have to call the law on my ass. I'm just telling you right motherfucking now. Okay? But anywho, y'all, I had to share that with y'all. So if I'm kind of looking down, I'm setting up for some more samples, and I'm popping these out. These are my little buttons. So back to the holes, y'all. I just had to share that shit with y'all. I do thank you all for signing up and letting me know, but I do want to tell you, cause to make sure that you put your address in and everything. And if you do want samples, please email me muchlovefromky@icloud.com. And thank you to everybody that left positive comments on the video yesterday, because I thought when I was just, you know, I don't know. Sometimes I think when I'm just, you know, talking about just when I pop in and it's just what's on my mind, maybe I don't want to hear that because I'm not talking about the hoes. But if you've been with me for a long time, you know that it can be anything over here on this channel. And I never want you to just come and watch because I'm talking about the hoes. Or whatever. But anywho, and y'all, was on Blab today with one of my loves, and she was like, I had to pop on, I had to snatch my eyebrows and this and that and other. And she was telling me that, I said, are you one of my SCENTSY customers? She was like, much love. I have to say, I'm not, honey. I'm broke. I can't, you know, because she just got to start a business or whatever. And she let me know that she makes stemware, like glasses, like customize them or whatever. So she showed me some. So she's actually making me a Miss Honey Cabbage. Well, actually, she's making a glass for one of my other loves that was there at the Blab. I was at Ernest's Blab, was like, you know, put this on there or whatever. And so she is going to make me a glass. So when it's done, and y'all, I want to CMD, but then I was like, I want to go, you know, go with Miss Honey Cabbage. Don't get me wrong. There will be some CMD and sit your ass down type of shit, you know. Find you something else to do type of shit going on. But she was in there. So when that's done, I definitely want to share that with you all. And, you know, like with any other business that I share. I don't know if people know that, you know, yes, you buying something, but you also, in a way, when you think about it, and y'all, I'm sorry, I'm looking down, I told y'all what I was doing. You are also sowing a seed within their home or whatever the case. You know what I mean? Like, you also putting some ground turkey, some chicken on that table or whatever it is. You know, sometimes people just need that sale. Like I said, with Loving Hands, and I hope that y'all have purchased some soap and stuff. Loving Hands. Oh, speaking of that, I got to pay for my cream. go over there. Like, her stuff was so nice, packaged well, came in a timely fashion, and it's a good product. And to talk to her and hear her say that she was feeling discouraged and all of that, and it's like sometimes all you do need to do when you trying to do it on your own or you're trying to have an entrepreneurial spirit is one person to two person, you know what I mean? To buy something, like really look at it like you sowing that seed and going on, we really need to do it in our, in our community. So anyway, when that's done, I'm definitely going to share that with you all. Plus she's self-published. She writes books and things like that. So I just want to share that, y'all. That's my verbiage, rambling, random, but I had to tell y'all about that old funk ass mix I done pulled together. I got a lot of samples done, and this is not, you do not get a whole bag. You get one, whatever scent you get one so that you can get the sniff out of it. Now let me tell you right off, when you get it, if you have a warmer that you already have, drop it in it, rub it to get the oils going, and that really gives you the true scent of it. Okay, so now on to the Atlanta hoes, honey. It was okay. I wasn't like head over motherfucking heels. I wasn't like, I just wasn't. It was okay. I'll tell you what I was, though. I was here for learning and hearing. Not that that makes me, be like, oh, I'm Club Twirl or whatever. No, never. But I really was here for the, hearing more about, why, the whole situation with her mom and stuff of that nature. I was here for that. Hold on, y'all. I'm on the last pull, okay? Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm on the last pull. Wait a minute. Almost there. I'm gone. I know they talking about Shameless, y'all. How do I?
See the scene. He had his bra and drawers on her grave. I'm done.
What?
Yes, he laid bra out and drawers out on a grave, on top of a grave of some woman.
Yeah, that's the woman that shot herself and then walked out into the sea. But yeah, that's her. So, y'all, Shameless starts today, and I'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, here we go. So, what I was trying to say was I was definitely here for, getting the backstory and hearing the backstory on what, was the reason that Kenya's mother did not have her or let her go, and just hearing that was just so heart-wrenching. You know what I mean? Like, I was here for that because I wanted to know more about what went on. And so, babe, give me a couple of cigarettes. So, I was here for that. I thought it was very touching. I am not going in order. I'm only talking about what I think stood out to me. From last week, Kenya was trying to pull together, was talking to her dad about, a family reunion, when they were talking about it, and they had that touching moment or whatever. So, one of on his side, her family on his side, they offered, to have it and sponsor it at her house or whatever. So Kenya, she got the little tour bus and all of that, and had everybody go, and they kind of talked and this and that and other, and they were on the little bus thing, and her dad was, before that her dad came with his wife and her little brother. And it was like, she said, well, I was, when I left him and I ran off and I was estranged, of course, that caused problems with her. And, just the whole thing. And it's kind of like the mom, the stepmom was like, just so many years that went by. He said the same thing. Just glad to see them together and trying to put, water under the bridge. So they gonna get together and do that. Now, when they get, and they on this little van and this and that and other, the little tour thing. Now, Kenya's good Judy is there, honey, and he's there to support her through whatever she's going through. So they were on the bus, and it's like, he begins to talk about what happened. She got pregnant. Her daddy didn't want no more illegal kids or whatever, illegitimate kids. Um, so basically, she was like, I'm gonna put the child up for adoption, to somebody else, so she never had to deal with her or see her. The dad's like, no, and ask her, would you let, her grandmother raise her? And she agreed to that and just passed off and wants to have nothing to do with Kenya. Don't want Kenya to try to find out who she is, where she is, yada da yada da yada. None of that. So I'm kind of like, okay, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. Like, that is fucked up. And it sounds to me like they some motherfuckers you don't want to be bothered with any motherfucking way. Any bitch or any of the family that agrees with that, or the granddaddy, or all these silly motherfuckers. I can't. So they kind of riding and this and that and other. And it's like, she's slowly talking about and he's like, I keep telling you to let it go. Her aunt is sitting in front of her or somewhere around her. And it's like, I can kind of see that she's like, let it go. Just let it go. So I'm like, okay, when is, so y'all gonna just drive up to the door, which I guess she's like, bitch, I'm gonna come to the door. You don't get no courtesies or nothing, bitch. You ain't get me none. So she goes there. When they pull up, it's like, oh my gosh. She knocks on the door and it's like, hello, it's, Kenya and yada, yada, yada. And she hears her lock the door and say, don't come. And she's like, I'd like to talk to you. And y'all, he is cracking up. And apparently she's been doing this, like her dad said, from this age to that age. And it was just so sad. And when she did get ready to get up, her friend was like, are you sure you're okay? With this. And I was thinking, how in the hell, like, can she, yeah, it's in there. Brittany, bring me a cigarette. How can she how can she not cry about that? You know what I mean? Like, real talk, even though she's, eventually said, okay, so this, I'm strong. On the flip side, I made it through this so I can make it through, basically, paraphrasing, through anything, dealing with that. Like, I don't even know how she, dealt with that. And again, I don't have to be team twirl or whatever. I never will be. But as far as just looking at the story and having the compassion, it's like, wow. So at one point when she's there, the dad gets out of the little truck or whatever. He's like, no, come on. She's like, well, I heard her and she did this. And he's just kind of like, he's not going to leave her out there. Now, here's my thing. To hear him, I need Team Twirl, Team Mid Twirl, to please direct me in the right direction where I can find out, or leave a comment saying exactly why she ran away from her dad. Why? Anywho, y'all let me know on that shit. And we're going to go back to that. Now I'm going to travel back and go to some shit that I really should have led with. But I wanted to talk about Kenya while it was in my head. And really on my heart to talk about it. Miss Candy is going to look for a bed for her baby. Now, of course, her mother's there and I cringe. And it's like, oh, God. Oh, Jesus. It's her, I'm like, oh, God. And I'm trying to pay her dust, and she's like, instantly when they in there, yes, they looking at stuff, and I know, in retail, they try to give you a space, but then there's a point when you say, may I help you? And if you need any help, I'm right over here. Take your time, browse, whatever. And I'm like, when the fuck somebody gonna come? Because them cameras and shit in there, but surely they was holding the bitch back. So she's talking about what she's looking for. She's saying that she's late or whatever, getting the stuff, and she wants a crib. Her mother, and in between that, they showed how she's supposed to be the change towards Todd and all of that. Honey, when I saw that was in one area, I was like, okay, what's going on? You threatening to cut off? Anyway. So Candy the lady comes out and she finally says, can I help you or whatever? And I'm like, okay. But it could have been something with production. So it just instantly my antennas was up, y'all. So Candy's mother says, listen, I'm looking for the kind that you can use and go into a toddler bed and this and that and other. And she's like, you mean at your house? And the lady was like, yeah, a lot of grandmothers do that. So she understood that she was saying, okay, I want something that's going to, have a little bit more use to it or whatever that, goes from the crib to the toddler bed or whatever. So the lady begins to show Candy this bed that can go from the cradle to the toddler bed and even into a full-size bed. Candy says out of her motherfucking mind, out of her mouth, okay? She says that she's looking for something that is fabulous. And I instantly was like, she didn't say she was looking for something safer. Like, it just threw me. Now, I heard a woman and your mother's trying to tell you, get something like this, or she's saying she's going to get that for a house or whatever. She's sitting there like, I just want something over the top, fabulous. And I'm like, is this fabulous? And I'm like, that had to be the dumbest shit I have ever heard. I'm sorry, y'all. I know you're going to be like, she probably, look, first motherfucking thing I want to know is the baby safe in this crib? Is it doable? These types of things. She said fabulous, over the top. I was like, now the woman that told you that this is going to a full size, she's like, well, we're going to change the room over anyway, whatever. Even if the motherfucker break down tomorrow, it's cute. That's what I got on that. I'm just kind of like, really? And Candy, let me check you on something else, because this is one other question that I have, but I really ain't checking, but you do what you do. So in Atlanta, there was not one Black-owned business that you could have shown support and gotten a crib and all that from. I mean, I'm just saying, curious to know. That's just my question. These are the kind of things I look at. Now, with that said, that don't mean that I only buy Black, but every chance I get, I try to make sure that I'm supporting my community. And I just was like, ugh. But it all went together because you was kind of like, well, as long as it's fabulous, cute, whatever, I just, this shit. I'm like, these are the things that stood out to me, y'all. And I just be, like I said, my mind be going a mile a motherfucking minute. And I'm just looking like, I just can't believe in Atlanta there was not one. Not one? Okay, and it wasn't nothing too fabulous in that motherfucker anyway that I thought that made it stand out that you would go, in there to it. So maybe y'all know somebody, the producer or somebody know the bitch that own the shit. I'm just trying to understand, but that's just me. This is my own little rant. So they have that shit. At one point, they begin to talk about Faye and Mama Joyce like, and what? I thought y'all, with all that shit in the face and the, whatever. She's like, I'm going to go and talk to her because I want her to get back to where you was at. What happened? This bullshit. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Please get her off of her. Okay. The next thing. I really feel the need. Let me mention this real quick. Cynthia goes off with Uncle Ben. He has her to come somewhere and pack or whatever. She took that moment to talk to her daughter about the differences of being in a relationship and being married, whether it's worth working on or not. They had the quick Leon scene and her telling, that whole bit. She left and she's meeting him and he's doing whatever he's doing, wherever they're doing whatever they're doing. Okay, that's all I got for Cynthia, okay? That's pretty much it. Rice and beans and, hallelujah. That's, I don't have anything else. Now, let me take a moment since we are still talking about Faye. Faye, your ass know you down and dirty, and you ornery, baby, at times. Like 80% of the time, you will. Well, 70%, if not 80. You went to meet up with Todd about this whole video. Bitch, you never failed to, like, talking about I work, I got jobs, I do this. Well, bitch, if you do that, please get out of that makeshift ass office that you trying to pretend like you still working in. Please and thank you. Okay? But constantly throwing shade at, well, actually, let me rewind that back, because before you went, Mama Joyce came and talked to you, and it was like, and I just don't want to have to do the face. It was like, what's going on? I just thought y'all was gonna. And Faye's like, it's just like a plethora of faces and bullshit. Basically, you know, Faye, she's saying and standing over you and saying, what I want is to just have, some type of, you know, bitch, why are you whispering? I don't know, but let's move forward. You want her to be a part of the baby shower. She's telling you, yes, I'm going to be there. I want y'all to just work through it, is what Whisper's saying. Faye is like, so you want me to be on the, you know, and they go back to the past birthday parties with all the 12 cakes and all the extra extravagance, which really made me look at you whenever the shit was on like, this bitch is ill. Where you thought that it was opulence and elegance and all of that, it was just foolery. It was the merch. You do too much. You know, you think it's grand and over the top. Like, it's over the top, but grand never. It's never been grand. Like, it's just always been mess. But, you know, you being the bitch you are, you're going to feel like you do it to, you know, the most elegant and all of that. And when you had the mommy, you know, whenever, but the mommy will give you what you want. And he's the type that will set up some old over-the-top foolery and really do his part and be like, Aiden and Miss and Mrs. And bitch, you the kind of to be like, yes, like you the queen, waving to the commoners like, yeah. You just that bitch, Phaedra. Okay? So, she wants you to do that. She's like, do you have a theme? And she was like, no. Then it was like, what about coming to America? And they showed the wedding with the tigers and birds. And you're like, that'll be good. And I can see some things. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a funky mess. A funky motherfucking mess. Okay? So you're going to be a part of that. So this is what makes you, I guess, go and meet up with Todd or whatever. You go to his office and you like, of course, always throwing shade. Oh, this is like going to the principal's office. And bitch, your shit was like going to the counselor's office or the bookkeeper's. Okay. So he begins to say what you owe him, and you like, can you see it? He had them to bring it up. You did ask him about the baby coming and all of that. So you go and look at it, and you like, oh, and I had him 12 hours after that. And what's with the polka dots? And old dude was like, it hadn't rendered. It's not in its proper shit, you know. And surely a smart bitch like you would know that much. So you like, okay, you get with him and you like, how much? And you like, listen, tomorrow I'm going to my accountant and I'm going to have this done. And then you talk about, since I have a job and, you know, I work and, you know, just throwing broke shade to him yet again. And I'm like, this bitch is ill. Like, this bitch is ill. You just throwing shade at him and you tell him I'm going to be a part of the baby shower. And he was like, oh, I heard about. And you like, are we all right? Are we going to be okay? You know that shit you do with your face. So I'm like, okay, bitch. You have outdone your motherfucking self with your fakery. Fakery. You back to that bitch. I told you I was going to I haven't quite retched back and got you and read you down to your soles of your feet yet, but it's coming. I feel it coming, bitch. You campaigning. You going to be elected, honey. Just keep on. Show out one more good time. And that's what's gonna be. So anywho, so off of that, now let me have a moment with Porsha. Porsha, girl. First of all, let me just tell you that whole thing you had going on with the workout shit, bitch. I'm here for it. And I think that's a cute thing, and somebody needs to start doing that couple workout shit and do one of them. Child, I was like, hello. You know, that was cute for what you were doing. But here's my thing. When your sister comes, it's instantly ram, and you talking about when I had to call in a package that cost me $200, and you are ranting about $200 while you driving the funky coochie Bentley. Okay. Now, Porsha, girl, I want you to know that I do like you, but your antics right about now, like your envy, and I know it's probably a strange thing because I feel like y'all have a close relationship. But on the flip side, some shit she said, as y'all was talking, you was like, I'm not your equal. I go with you everywhere you go. I'm in coach, and you're in first class. Now, not even putting her working with you, but that's your sister. Why is she not sitting next to you in first class? I'm just trying to understand it. You like the businesses and this and that and other. And off of my back and all of that, girl, you should have said the business, what you did say that I made off of my back, bitch. You did. And that shit was motherfucking befitting, bitch. I am here for that, bitch. That might have been the best moment you had. You going back and forth with her, but all it's showing is that you are so jealous of the fact that she's having that baby. And to be arguing with her like that, you know, she's saying she can work and do it from at home. You know, just to be having this argument when it's all about what's in her stomach. But you said it a while back, and that's, you know, inside her womb or whatever, girl, move on. If the clock tick out, honey, if you really want to, you know, get you one, go get you one of them popsicle babies, you know, and get it moving. I sure hope you don't make the decision to say, well, I'm in a hurry in my clock, so I'm going to go get with the first one or the next one to come through, honey. I'm getting this baby. No. So y'all going back and forth and it ends up in an argument. And to me, I think you're being very selfish as it pertains to her. You know, and then that was solidified for me when you went to her apartment with the drugstore flowers. Because apparently you been treating her like 2 steps under you. Then when you was at the door and she looked out the peephole, you was like, don't nobody visit you here. Like, what's that about? What's that about? You know, letting her know yet again her station. As it pertains, you're here, she's here. You know. But guess where she's at and you're not? Pregnant. She's there with that baby and that and you know, all cooking in the bun. You go in and she's like, look, if you're gonna argue, let's don't. You ask her for some food, she gets the little vegetables out. Fruit, I mean. And girl, as she's sharing with you why she didn't want to mention it and what's going on and how she feels, you are chewing boobs. And apparently, you gained some weight during that time, although it don't look bad on you. I don't know what size you want to be. I think you look nice. But you like, you know, as she's saying the shit, and I'm like, does she realize just how envious and womb thirsty she is right now? And she's like, I didn't want to, but old girl did hit you back with some shit with you being with your husband, man. Me knowing that you spent so much money when it had surgery done, all of that, and you still couldn't do it. And then the divorce, I just didn't want to bring it up. I love the way she shaded your ass on that because you've been shading the fuck out of her. But the fact that your sister did not tell you right away because she didn't feel like she could, or she's having to act a certain kind of way so you don't feel like her baby's gonna get in your way. And like she told you, you know, who else is gonna, you know, she's like, I do it and I don't take your money. You can get somebody else. You know, and I'm like, are you looking at yourself? Girl, you was spooning that caramel, and I know it, honey. Nervous eating, I know it. Not nervous eating, but, you know, out of depression or whatever you're going through, you know. But it's just, that was just too much. You know, just how you're making her feel and how you looking, honey. It's just, I can't. I don't know. I can't. And I say, just live your life or whatever. Everything that you was trying to tell her you was okay with does not display in your actions. So I hope y'all work through it and you be a little bit more understanding of her, as she's cooking life and you're trying to get your life. Okay. Moving on. Let's move back to Kenya. Y'all, tonight it really wasn't that grand. It was really boring. But, it was kind of like, oh, we're waiting to see if the mama answered the door. So the mama didn't answer the door and shit. They went to the house. She had shirts and this and that and other in the third. And basically she had invited her mom's side, but nobody came from that side. Now, this is where I want y'all to make me understand. Because I guess I just haven't paid enough attention to her aunt. But is her aunt that's been around her, is that her sister that won't answer the door? Because on the shit that's coming up, it's like, leave it alone. Because this bitch done up and left. She got a phone call, and she up and left. So is that her sister? And I'm like, you have every right if you want to go to that door to go or whatever. But I say stick with the family you have. You have your family there. It was touching to see her with the grandmom and all of that. Her dad so willing and, wanting to be around and this and that and other. Girl, just like get your closure and go on. But we know next week ain't gonna be no motherfucking closure because she gonna be telling you what you can and cannot do as far as knocking on the door. But what she can do is get the fuck up out of it, because just like she feel the need to protect her deadbeat ass sister, you have the right to say you want to go on that door. But see, you haven't went about it the right, but honey, I will be somewhere waiting. And as soon as she got out and was going somewhere, she wouldn't even know my car. I'll get her in the store and be like, how you doing? I'm Kenya. The embryo that you left behind. I'm just saying. So Kenya's there. They look through pictures. They having a good time. So it was really a good thing to see them get together. But then it was fucked up that the auntie left. It was just like, where your bald-headed ass go to? So we're going to see what happens out of that. I think I've covered pretty much what stood out to me. I really didn't think it was a popping episode. We do know the next week, of course I knew, that Nene will be back. But it was boring. It was really boring. It was the whole episode, it was leading up to wanting to see if Kenya's mother would answer the door. That's what it was for me. That's what I was trying to see. What are you doing, Boosh? What did you do? Granny ain't talking to you. I'm playing her dust. So y'all tell me what y'all think. What are your thoughts on it? I definitely want you to let me know about the whole backstory on why Kenya did leave her dad, run away. And is the aunt the sister? Maybe I missed that shit. And like I said, I just wasn't paying enough attention to her storyline. It just didn't, to the aunt storyline, like whatever that is. So y'all tell me. And girl, what was that you was saying, Kenya, on the bus, talking about the schools? And I was like, then when it was like explaining to say what it is, she's like, you said it, now you go ahead and say what it is, since you won't be a smart ass and you said, what the fuck? What was that? Anywho, y'all tell me what y'all thoughts are. Again, I thought on a scale of 1 to 10, this episode was like a 3.5 to a 4 for me. It just was. It was, it's kind of like, now you're reaching. You get what I'm saying? So, y'all let me know what's going on. I'm out of here. Much love. Sorry this was so long and I started the video. Well, I'm really not. I started the video the way I wanted to, and I'm ending the video the way I want to. This is much love and all of that. I will see y'all tomorrow to talk about Shameless. If you haven't watched Shameless, you're gonna be looking forward to seeing the reviews. It comes on Sundays at 9 o'clock. And the new season started tonight, so I'll be talking about it tomorrow. So, check it out. Shameless is fucked up as usual, honey. And it's a shameless motherfucking fool, but we're going to follow this shit out and see how it goes. As well as next Sunday, the new hosts come on after the Atlanta hosts. So, we're going to see. So, y'all, I'm out of here. Much love. Don't forget, Much love from KY at iCloud.com. Put in what scent you like and what your address is if you want me to send you SCENTSY samples, of what you like. And again, don't be thinking you're going to get, I just got all of this in this one, for those that I know that wants to try, this scent or whatever, let me know what you like, clean or whatever, put that in there, and in the header, in the subject line, SCENTSY samples. Make sure that you go over, click the link below, go over and sign up for the newsletter. And let me see what else. Remember, if you're looking to listen, y'all, if you have not fucking did it, y'all better get that motherfucking cedar cider and that damn French lavender. Ooh, Lord have mercy, y'all. Ooh, that just got under my skin. It just made me want to just get. Okay, I'm out of here, y'all. I done lost my mind. Okay, bye. I'm out.